Oh yeah, this is about to be one of those great videos that you are not going to regret spending 6, 7, 10 minutes watching, because it's going to be life-changing. Not because I said so, but because of the things that I'm about to share with you that changed my life. So I heard someone talking the other day, and they said this. They said that the things that we learned about money from our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, environment back, 10, 20, 30 years ago for some, was a lie. Now, I'm not necessarily going to call it a lie. I'm going to say it's outdated. So there are some things, and I have my list, so I'm going to talk about it because I got my list. And there are some things that we learned about money and finance from our parents, our grandparents, people who loved us. They weren't lying to us. Those things were good financial principles 10, 20, 30 years ago. Unfortunately, today, those good principles no longer apply. And again, it's not because they were intentionally trying to sabotage you financially. No. The very fact that you're in the situation you're in, most people in America, that's why I'm saying that. Hopefully you're not one, but for most people that probably watch this channel or any channel, because the numbers say 80% of America are financially, struggling, then I would assume that 80% of the people who watch this channel are financially, in a not so good position. But the goal of this channel is to elevate you out of that so you become what I call the 10%, not the 90%. The 90% are the ones who continue to do the same thing they've always done, insanity, and expect different results. Whereas we have the 10% who look and go, wait a minute, this is not working the way I've been taught. They change their mindsets, and then they operate like the 10%. The rich mindset is the 10%. The wealth mindset is the 10%. The 90%, that's everybody else, right? So don't be everybody else. Have a wealth mindset. Have a rich mindset. Again, being rich, being wealthy is not always about money. The reason I say that is because you could be rich or wealthy here before the money is in your account. In fact, if you're not rich or wealthy here, you will never have the money in your account, because no matter how much money you get exposed to, you'll always blow it. All right, so let's get into my list. But before I do, hit subscribe if you don't mind. Help me grow the channel. Hit thumbs up. Thank you. Let somebody know about the channel and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. And if I see the comment, I'll give it a heart. For some comments that, if you have questions or whatnot, I usually, I would leave a comment. And I'm okay with that. Just let me know in the comments what you think and feel about these videos. So also, I got some great news about a podcast coming up. Some of my students have been asking for a podcast, and so it's going to be awesome. By the way, if you want to learn how to start your own middleman business from your phone, and you're sitting there going, what in the world is a middleman business? Well, it's a business that allows you to make money by connecting customers to businesses, and you don't actually do the work. You just find the customer. So when you match the customer to the business, like Uber matches a driver to a rider, Uber gets paid, you get paid. Uber doesn't drive anybody around. You don't have to do the work. So I match moving customers here in Dallas to movers. I don't actually move anybody. Right? I'm moving this weekend into my new house. I'm not moving myself. So I match the customer. I take a deposit. That goes to me, $150 deposit, and a 5-10 minute phone call. That goes to me. I don't even talk to the customer. I have a VA to do that, but I'm not going to get into everything. But anyway, if you want to learn how to do it, put the word middleman in the comments below or click the link in the video description below to learn more. Here we go. All right, so let me hurry up because I know I got a lot of viewers that hate when I just talk about other stuff. Like, they just hate it. Wait, you got 40 hours a week to go waste your life on a job, but you can't sit through a 3-4 minute video. Get lost. This channel's not for you. I'm always giving value. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. All right. So when it comes to money and finance, these things keep you stuck. These are things that you learn. These are things that society teaches you. These are things that come from those who love you and care about you in most cases, right? So, and I'm going to give it to you in my order, but what's important to you, you can put this in any order you want. Here we go. Time equals money. So most people who are struggling financially believe erroneously that the only way to make money is to trade time to get the money. So like a job. So a job is going to pay you according to how much time you sell. So if you're willing to sell 40 hours a week for, $10 an hour, they're going to pay you $400 a week. Now, that's not real money. The net is the real money, but we're not going to talk about all that. So most people believe that the only way to make money is to trade time for money. So when you're thinking about, hey, I need to make extra money, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Where can I sell more time? On a job, pick up a shift, get a second job. Where can I sell more time? I'm normally off on the weekends, willing to sell my Saturday, right? And I hate that because time is the most important thing we have, and we're willing to sell it just for a few dollars an hour. Now, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm not telling you that anything is wrong with it if you need it. I'm just telling you it cannot be the way that you move through this life, and it cannot be the only way you make money. We eventually have to get away from that, right? So instead of thinking about where can I trade time for money, a better mindset or a better question would be, where can I use money or trade money to buy back my time, right? So I do videos about that where the poor mindset is, hey, I need to sell this time to make some money. The rich mindset is, I need to buy back all of my time. So how do I make money without having to get rid of my time? Systems, businesses, middleman business, stuff like that, right? Products, that's how you do it. All right, moving on. Number 2. That was number 1. Moving on, number 2. All right, job dependency. That's something you guys have been taught and you're heavy on. In fact, you've been programming. Yes, I said you've been programmed. Think about when you were in elementary school. I remember this, right? Years and years ago. I remember when I was in elementary school and they were like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? So they probably asked you the same thing, but they never ask you, what type of business would you like to have? What type of company would you like to own? Anything. Nothing about being entrepreneurs, because teachers don't know about being entrepreneurs, right? So we love them, but they don't know that. So job dependency. So people focus on job dependency, right? My advice to you is to no longer focus on job dependency, but focus on cash flow from a business, cash flow from a product, something that can make money for you while you're fast asleep. Think about that. How can you make money when you go to sleep? That's a better way to live your life. Instead of job dependency, focus on cash flow dependency, not income dependency from a paycheck. All right. Number 3, you guys are out there buying liabilities and calling them assets. You're buying a house. Check out my asset. No, it's a liability. You're buying cars. Check out my asset. No, it's a liability. How do I know that? Because an asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. This is a Robert Kiyosaki definition. Anything that puts money into your pocket, whether you work or not, that's an asset. My definition of an asset is anything that makes you money. Makes you money. Liability takes you money. Asset makes you money. Liability takes you money. Bad grammar, good teaching, I know. Makes you money, takes you money. If you want to get a copy of my book, Ready, Set, Wealth, I'll sell it to you. The book's $30. It's got everything I know about personal finance. I don't even push it, but if you want to get a copy, let me know. Just put the word book in the comments. But people buy liabilities and call them assets. Number 1 liability, house. House ties up 30 years of your time. Just told you how important that is. And then it ties up your paycheck for 30 years because you're going to buy it with your paycheck because you don't know any other way to buy it, which I tell you, never do. Never buy a house if the paycheck is the way to pay for it. Most important question you ask before you buy a house, how am I going to pay for this? I don't care what the price is. That's not the most important question. How am I going to pay for this? And if you ask that and the answer is my paycheck for my job, don't buy. All right. So instead of buying assets and calling them, liabilities and calling them assets, what makes a house a liability? What makes a car a liability? Well, a liability, according to my rule of cash flow, is anything that takes money out of your pocket. So when your mortgage is due and your car payment is due, who pays who? Do they pay you or do you pay them? Oh, you pay them. You pay the mortgage, you pay the car. Okay, car loan, gotcha. Then money leaves your pocket, goes into their pocket, which makes it a liability. Now, if the house paid you or the car paid you, put the car on Turo, put the car in Uber and somebody else drive and delivery, whatever. You put that, you had a tenant in the house that rented it from you. All right, now it's an asset. See, it's that easy. So buy liabilities, call them assets. Instead of that, start acquiring assets. Stop acquiring liabilities. All right, number 4. This was going to shock you, but just work with me. Savings accounts. When your parents and grandparents talked about savings accounts, banks actually paid this thing called interest. To me, I believe there were paper checks. You could cash the check anywhere, so banks had to bribe you to bring it there because they needed it to make money. That's where you get, I could be wrong, probably am. I'm just saying that's probably what happened. So now that you have direct deposit, they no longer have to bribe you. Again, not saying this happened, just saying I think it did. So now your bank accounts are 0% interest. So it does nothing for you except hold money. And in fact, it doesn't even do that. The banks immediately take your money, multiply their credit line by 10, and then sell your money to make a profit. That's why you can go there and ask for your money in a lump sum. Usually it ain't there. They don't have it. They actually borrow money overnight from the bank across the street to protect their own books. I'm just telling you, right? The bank rate. So saving money in the bank, instead of doing that, a better idea would be to start investing money. How do you do that? Start a business. Get into stock market or crypto. I don't know a whole lot about that, but flip a house, do something. My whole point is use the money to make more money. Put the money into something. Get it out of the bank. Do what the banks do, not what they tell you to do. Start using the money to make money. Invest. Start a business. Whatever you got to do, right? Start a side hustle. Whatever you got to do, right? And so the last one, a lot of you get tripped up about, and it keeps you poor, is you reject risk. I'm not going to tell you to reject risk. I'm going to tell you, if you play it safe in this world, listen to me good. If you play it safe in this world, you are going to miss your purpose. You are going to miss your purpose if you play it safe. I'm not telling you to go out there and just try everything and throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. No. Of course, minimize your risk. Try to calculate as much as possible. That's a biblical principle. Count the cost, right? But if you go out there like the parable of the 3 talents and you bury your talent, i.e., whatever God is giving you, you bury it and you don't use it, and then when God comes to collect, you still got it, he not only will take it from you and give it to the one who's done the most multiplying, there's your investment principle, but he will call you evil and wicked. I don't want to be called evil and wicked. I know you don't either. Now, don't get mad at me. I didn't write that. It was in the Bible when I got up this morning, according to Myron Golden. All right, so I hope y'all tracking. If you ain't tracking, you're lacking, but reject risk. Don't reject risk, minimize risk, okay? All right, so let me know in the comments, guys. Smash thumbs up if I see it. If I see your comments, I'll respond to it. If I see, if you guys are willing to subscribe, let me know in the comments that you subscribe, because I see the subscribe numbers going up, but I don't necessarily see who it is, and I want to identify you and say thank you. So if you subscribe, put the words "I subscribed" in, or "I thumbs up" or something. Let me know what you did. Put "I subscribed" you can do "I heart" for subscribe. That's fine. And then you could put "I thumbs up" for if you smash the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you did so that I can go there and like and give you a heart and compliment you and thank you. And that's from my heart to yours. All right, so my list is done. I hope that it blessed you. It's a rainy day here in Dallas, but I love being outside in the rain. That's why I did this video in the truck, so I can enjoy my coffee, think about what I want to accomplish today. I need to start doing morning meetups, like a morning mixer, like an AM mixer to get everybody rolling and excited about today. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. Just put mixer in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in joining my AM group, right? And just let me know about that. But if you do understand this list and you want to get away from always relying on a job and a paycheck, hey, I understand. I've been there, done that. Nothing wrong with having a job. I'll get one if I ever needed one. Everything I got in this world, I'm blessed to have it, but it ain't mine. It's all temporary. It all belongs to the good Lord. He can take it anytime he wants. So I'll go back and get a job if I need to. I'm not above that. But I'm going to keep doing this channel, keep giving you good information. And, you know, for everybody, I don't know where this comes from, but for everybody who's out there who's struggling financially, listen, you got to change direction. You got to change your mindset. You got to find a way to make money when you're not making money. Opportunity keeps coming, keeps passing you by, and you keep wondering why you're stuck. That's why you're stuck. You need to start noticing opportunity, launch at it, If you're out there and you're going, hey, I need to make money, but I don't want to get another job. I don't want to work hard. I like to spend more time with my family. I like to travel more and still get paid. Then you need to start a middleman business. Put the word middleman in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace.